We appear to have had a shooting up on the 4th floor of our building.
Murders, rapes, gunmen, terror threats, thefts. The University of Washington Police Department deals with the crimes any police department does. But the UW Police Department is trying to protect the 70,000 people on campus on any given day with just half the number of patrol officers on staff, from 32 to 16, sometimes even less.
I don't think that the public knows at all.
We literally don't even have enough officers to actually cover the bare minimum.
We spoke with 10 current and former UW cops, on or off camera, who spoke on condition of anonymity. They told us it's not a budget problem. Cops are being fired or are leaving. To make up for that short staff, cops must work long shifts and on days off.
And so they're coming in and pulling 10 to sometimes actually 18-hour shifts.
So how many years have you worked for the police department?
The Como 4 investigators obtained work data for the last 12 months. The data and officer testimony suggest the average cop worked about 48 hours every week. Some averaged about 55 hours a week for a full year. 14-hour days are routine. 17, 18, even 20-hour days happen, as do 10 to 20-day stretches. Not every officer works a lot of overtime, and a few like it, but many officers feel they have no choice and say they're too exhausted to safely and fully do the job.
Do you believe that the shortage of manpower is increasing the risk to students, faculty, and visitors?
Yes, I do, because we're tired.
Put your hands on top of your head. Put your hands on top of your head. Get down.
Cop fatigue is what they study at the WSU Sleep and Performance Research Center in Spokane, where they found tired cops make mistakes, from bad paperwork to life and death decisions.
The long hours cops work, the amount of overtime they work, and the shift work that they work affects their ability to do their jobs well and keep people and themselves safer.
Center Director Brian Villa is a nationally recognized expert and a former cop. Police chiefs and officers seek his advice. When the Como 4 investigators told him the UW Police Department is without 50% of its patrol officers, Villa had this warning.
Well, it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy waiting to happen for the community, for the police force as well.
So how did it get this way? Officers who spoke with Como 4 lay the blame squarely at Police Chief John Vincent.
The toxic environment that John Vincent has created and the constant turnover because of that.
They are working hard. They're working a lot of overtime. But
Vincent acknowledges he's got a problem, but says the campus is safe.
Nevertheless, you're running the ship here, and you're down a significant number of people on your staff. Some of your staff tells me that it has hindered their ability to do fully their job.
Now, Jeff, that's an interesting perspective because, again, I would have to respectfully disagree.
Because Vincent points to the response times, which have remained steady at about 3 minutes, despite short staff.
So the notion of those staffing levels impacting their ability to affect their job, I think, is disingenuous because there isn't anything that they are unable to do because of staffing levels. We have many folks out there able to respond.
Officers we interviewed disagree. During some overnights, there is just one car with 2 officers in it for the entire campus.
What you expect to see when you have a department understaffed is that you don't have enough people to go around. They make fewer arrests.
That mirrors what we found. In fact, the Como 4 investigators compared the last 5 years under Chief Vincent with the 5 years under his predecessor. The number of arrests is down, despite an increase in crimes categorized as serious and a big increase in the number of calls to police. To keep cops on patrol, Vincent has eliminated detective positions, shifting more serious work to 2 supervisors, and asking officers to investigate minor crimes in addition to their patrol duties.
How much time is being spent on investigating that report, getting witness statements, suspect statements, that kind of thing. That's where things are falling short.
We asked the King County Prosecutor's Office for the number of UW cases filed for prosecution during roughly the same 2 periods. Their figures show fewer prosecutions under Vincent. While Vincent is certain the campus is safe, several of his officers say there isn't time to properly investigate crimes.
The cases stack up, and then you're not able to put enough time and energy to solve those crimes.
Do you believe that because of this, some cases are going unsolved?
I believe so, yes.
I review all the police logs every morning. And
Denzel Sweet is the University of Washington vice president who supervises Chief Vincent. He remains supportive of his chief.
Our first priority will and always be the safety and security of those in the university community. We feel confident that we are well equipped to respond to those needs.
Even with half the staff?
Even with half the staff.
How exhausted do you want your patrol officers to be when they're responding to your emergency?
The union representing the officers has now filed 23 allegations of labor law violations in 4 filings against the department. Many include concerns about overtime. Vincent says shortages of patrol officers are not unique to his administration.
Though our numbers are down right now, we have a very comprehensive hiring plan in place, an aggressive hiring plan in place to get those numbers back up.
And the business is to make sure that the community is safe and that people feel that their department is there for them. And I don't think that's happening.